Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by today. Today's going to be part 2 of my listen to the universe when you're going through changes. And those of you that are here, I really appreciate you listening to this. I'd love to know if you have had similar experiences where you just know that the universe is trying to tell you something. Sometimes I know the universe is trying to tell me something, but but I'm not I'm not smart enough to figure it out. And I think that's what's happening now. So if you've gone through big changes like this, I'm sure you've had experiences like this. I'd love to hear similar experiences where you knew something was right or you knew something was wrong because of what was going on. So our move up here to Colorado turned out to fall right into place, literally, with the sale of our house, buying our new house, both of our jobs. Now, I'm not saying that we haven't had problems. If you've watched my videos about parenting, you know that we barely lived through our youngest son's teen years, but we did live through them. We're here to tell about it. I'm starting a new period, I think, of change. And I know that this YouTube channel is part of that, a good part. But let me tell you another story. Being a teacher, and if you're a teacher, you'll totally understand this. If you're not, you may not. But your annual review as a teacher means very little unless you suck. And then it means you're going to get put on a growth plan. But if you meet criteria or you exceed criteria, it has no bearing on anything. It's not going to affect the raise you get. It's not going to affect where you are in your job title. Nothing. It has no bearing on anything. Now, don't get me wrong. I teach because I love children, not because I wanted to become rich. Now, I did want to earn a good living. And that is something that I won't even get on a soapbox about. So every year for the last 10 or 15 years at my annual review, after the principal comes in and watches me, or the vice principal comes in and watches me teach, and I go in and I get all this feedback and I'm told, your meets here, your exceeds here, your meets here, your exceeds here. I've never in my 26 years needed to be on a growth plan for anything. I have gotten feedback. Try this, try that. Have you thought about this? That's great. So at the end of my review, I always jokingly say, so I can assume I have a job next year? And the principal and I laugh and they say, of course you do, because what are they going to do? Fire someone who's good at what they do? No, they're not. Well, I shouldn't say that anymore. Now I am what you call a specials teacher. A specials teacher is, if you think back to elementary school, someone that every class comes to once every week. So I am a teacher like the music teacher, the art teacher, the PE teacher, library, and then I am the 5th rotation, and that 5th rotation is STEM. STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, which is one of my passions. I also work at a school that is relatively small, so there are only enough classes to have me teaching STEM 2 full days and then 1 class on a 3rd day. So what, do you ask, do I do on those other 3 days? Well, I pull small groups for extensions for gifted and talented students, and also students who just need more challenge than what is being given in the regular curriculum. So I had my annual review and I made my annual joke that I have made to 5 different principals. And the answer was, oh, we'll talk about that in the spring. Excuse me? Oh my gosh. You needed like something to pick my jaw up off the floor. I was beyond shocked. I remembered that my school district loves to balance our budget on the backs of specials teachers. Basically, if a school isn't, we love to have schools that are neighborhood schools. But if you have a neighborhood school and you don't have 5 tracks or 5 classes of each grade level, that means you don't need a full-time specials teacher. And you can just hire them part-time. So that was my first warning from the universe. That was a big one. That was a big one, I can tell you. That was on a Wednesday. The following Monday was a meeting at school, and that meeting was for the leadership team, and I am on the leadership team for our specials team, mostly because I am the only full-time certified teacher on the specials team. So I'm on the leadership team. I went to the leadership meeting, and guess what? Here's another thing about school budgets that you may not have known, and that is that at least here in Colorado, they do what's called October count. And for 1 week in October, they take your attendance, your daily attendance, and they base your funding on that attendance for that week. Now, it's gotten better. It used to be 1 day, which was ridiculous. If there was a flu epidemic or a stomach bug or whatever else. I mean, 1 day, let's talk about ridiculous. So it should be a week every month, or gosh, maybe the whole year. What a concept. But at any rate, the way the state doles out the money is based on 1 week in October. And so our school is $40,000 under budget because we are 6 students under what they projected us to have. Now, since we are $40,000 basically in the hole, that means that we're going to have to make that up somehow. And next year, our district is going to project a shorter or smaller enrollment, meaning we will be even further down the debt hole. So I pulled together my specials cohort and I told them what the situation was. And I said, we all need to be prepared. We all need to be aware that our jobs are very likely going to be cut down to 40% next year. There will not be any duties that could be done by paraprofessionals where they could save thousands of dollars. So the universe is telling me that I need to diversify. And I can't retire yet, which is a whole different video, but I am unable to retire yet. And I know everybody thinks that teachers have terrific pensions. Let me just say, as a precursor to that video, that teachers have terrific pensions if you stay in the state where you start. I moved 15 years into my career. Now, was it the right move for my family? Yes, it was. It just means I can't retire yet. And I can accept that. There's something out there for me, and I know that the universe will present that something. I also know, I'm sure you've heard this parable about the man stuck on his roof during a flood, and all these boats come by asking him, you know, come on, we're gonna rescue you. A helicopter comes, all kinds of people come. And eventually he keeps saying, no, 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 God's gonna save me, God's gonna save me. And eventually he dies in the flood. And when he gets to heaven, God says, what happened? And the man says, well, I thought you were gonna save me. And God said, I was saving you. I sent you all those people. So I know. Oh, sorry, Casper wants some attention here. I know in my heart of hearts that the universe will provide. I know that I should not be worried, but I am. It's hard not to worry in these situations, isn't it? So I am thankful for dog kisses. I am thankful for getting months of notice for this change that's going to happen. Nope, no more kisses. That's all. I am thankful for getting months of notice for this change that's going to happen. I am thankful for my friends and my family who I know will support me through this. And I am thankful for all my subscribers who I know will have good things to say and positive advice, because you people are great people. So thanks for listening. Thanks for stopping by. Take care.